Love is God. Live in love. Live in love. Live in love.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Welcome, dear listeners, to another episode of OMS, Oh My Sai. As the festive season begins in Prasanthi Nilayam for Dasara 2024, my mind races back to the Dasara of the 1990s. It was early 1990s, and because of the swelling crowds, it was decided that to make more place for the devotees, the Anantapur students would be seated for darshan in the road between Kulwant Hall and the current Yajur Mandir, so that we would have darshan when Swami came into the Kulwant Hall and went back from the Kulwant Hall into Purnachandra. One of these days, our warden said, instead of sitting silent when Swami passed by, we could consider chanting some stotras related to Devi. And that particular day, we were chanting the Mahalakshmi Ashtakam. And when Swami was coming back from Kulwant Hall to go to Purnachandra for the Yagnam, when Swami reached the gate, we were exactly at the line which said, Namaste Garuda Rudhe Kolasura Bhayankari. The minute we sang Kolasura Bhayankari, Swami paused. Swami looked at all of us with an amused look, and Swami said, Bhayankari na, Nena. He said, am I Bhayankari, the terrifying one? It was just a moment of amusement then, but on reflection we find that it was actually a moment of revelation. Swami, in his earlier avatars, when he had to vanquish the demons, had to take a terrifying form, like the one Ma Durga took to vanquish Kolasura. But now, to help us conquer our demonic qualities, he has come not in a Bhayankar form, but in a loving form, in a compassionate form. It is only on further reflection on such moments of revelation that we realize how subtly, gently, consistently, persistently Swami has helped each of us to get rid of one or the other of our asuric qualities, demonic qualities. I, for one, had been an angry teenager, an angry young woman who would react to anything and everything, and thought it almost my birthright to rebel at anything that I thought was unfair. This was such a deep part of my nature that I sometimes began to struggle with. I remember early 2000. It was my birthday. It was September, and somebody kind of influenced me, prevailed upon me to sit for darshan with a bowl of yellow rice, the akshata, that Swami would bless you with typically on your birthdays. I had never done that before or ever after. However, that particular Thursday afternoon, for the afternoon darshan, I sat with this bowl. Swami would come those days at around 2:45 before 3 from Purnachandra to Prasanthi Mandir. Then around 4 he would come out again for darshan for all of us devotees who were waiting for him. And yet another time after bhajan he would pass the pathway that I was sitting on. Yet another time after bhajan, after Aarti, Swami would actually cross the place that I would be seated in. So the first round, when I showed my bowl of yellow rice, Swami didn't pay attention to it. So everybody around me tried to console me, saying it is Rahu Kalam, maybe he will bless you when he comes by at 4 o'clock. It was the 4 o'clock darshan. Swami came by. I lifted my bowl of akshata, unsure whether he would bless. And true to my wavering faith, he paid no attention whatsoever to me or my bowl of yellow rice. But to make that even more obvious, He ensured that he gave a Padnamaskar beside me, he took a letter from somebody around me, blessed somebody behind me, and so on. Now the angry, furious persona in me raised its hood. So the minute Swami finished his darshan rounds and went inside for interviews, what did I do? I borrowed 50 rupees from a colleague sitting beside me, walked straight to the bus stand, took a bus, and went back to Anantapur. If Swami does not bless me on my birthday, I have no business to be here in Kulwant Hall. That was my angry thought. Immature devotion at that time. I reached Anantapur and did not even have keys to my quarters. I had to depend on my helper to open it with her set of keys. And the next thing that I did was to actually turn down the small picture on my altar and tell Swami in my anger and fury that I shall not light lamp, I shall not worship him, because he seemed not to love me enough to bless me on my birthday. I nurtured this anger for the next 2 weeks or more. Tried my best not to do anything that is worshipful or what appears worshipful. But I think all the while this thought was running at the back of my mind. I returned to Prasanthi Nilayam on October 14th. And after bhajan in the morning, when Swami was walking back to his residence, suddenly, out of nowhere, seeing a bowl of akshata that somebody sitting beside me raised for her blessings, he ignored her but looked at me and said, "Appudu monna neede kada birthday?" Meaning, that day, wasn't it your birthday? And all my anger simply melted. Today when I look back, I know that there were any number of such subtle, direct, indirect, loving ways in which he helps us cleanse ourselves of what is dense, what needs refinement, what needs cleansing within us. To such a loving Swami, how could anybody think he is bhayankari? He definitely is not terrifying. He is simply and always only loving. This Dasara, when the Veda Purusha Saptaha Jnana Yagna happens, is such a beautiful time for us to drop into that sacrificial fire where he sits ready, waiting to receive what we offer. And maybe one of the things we can offer are all our asuric, demonic qualities. Swami will refine them and make us as pure as the gold that he would like to call us as his Bangaru.